Vampire the Masquerade started as a tabletop RPG created in 1991 by Mark Hagen and was released by White Wolf Publishing. It was originally set as a gothic punk game where players assumed the roles of vampires. The Vampire the Masquerade universe has grown in popularity that has seen the game come to life with various groups using live action role-playing, as well as PC games and a short-lived television series called Kindred the Embrace, produced by Aaron Spelling for Fox. In Vampire the Masquerade Heritage, you play the role of an ancient vampire. You, along with other vampires, will shape 700 years of vampiric and human history in pursuit of ancient secrets, while evading the Inquisition and attempting to save what little of your humanity is left. Heritage is a quick-playing legacy game. Each game, players recruit characters from a common pool to add to their bloodlines. There are 9 bloodlines a player can choose from, each with their own unique power and schemes. The characters you recruit will influence different battlegrounds and help fulfilling many of the history-based missions. For example, a noble-born warrior might support Joan of Arc in ending the siege of Orleans, while at the same time changing the balance of internal vampiric power struggle or attracting the unwanted attention of the Inquisition. Aside from their allies to their bloodline, players can also use their unique clan ability along with scheme cards to help them hinder their siblings along the way to change the rules of the game in the ways that fit the character of their particular clan. For example, a noble-born warrior might support Joan of Arc in ending the siege of Orleans, while at the same time changing the balance of power in the internal vampiric struggle. They may also attract the unwanted attention of the Inquisition. Aside from adding allies to their bloodlines, players can also use their unique clan ability along with scheme cards to help or hinder their siblings, allowing them to change the rules of the game in ways that fit their character of that particular clan. The game is played out over 7 years with 3 scenarios for a total of 21 unique games taking place around Europe. After any individual game, players will collect achievements in their timeline, which serves as a chronicle of their actions throughout the 700 years of history, and will also influence the final outcome of the campaign. Additionally, players may turn mortals into vampires permanently by taking these cards out of their sleeves and turning them around, revealing their vampiric side and giving them new abilities and their own unique name. These may be recruited or put back into the common pool to enhance future games. This really helps the duality of the game. The cards are pre-sleeved for your convenience. Each turn consists of only 2 actions. First, you must recruit from the pool and add a new recruit to your bloodline. Then you can scheme if you choose to, if you have the right skills and attributes in your bloodline, and to pull it off. In this fashion, players proceed through history as determined by the progression of the historic mission cards included with the game, unlocking new challenges, characters, and rewards along the way. Games are 8 to 10 turns long and very quick to play. The battlegrounds change as does the pool of recruits you get throughout the campaign. By completing a mission, you can unlock further more powerful attributes, recruit stronger allies into your bloodline, and even unlock titles, all of which could bring eventual victory after the 700 years, ending with a climactic conclusion as players scramble to unravel ancient mysteries using the clues, add allies, and power they have gathered throughout the campaign. Let's take a look at some of what the game has to offer before talking about how I feel about the game itself. As you can see, the game is set up and ready to go. I have pulled out 1 vampire clan to go with. So the first vampire clan is going to be run by Sasha Vikos, and the idea here is that we're going to recruit vampires over the course of 8 to 10 turns, depending on this number of players of the game. So the first thing you do every turn is you come over to the first to determine whether or not what are we're looking for. So we have green, which suggests that we're going to be, so green is high or lowborn, and we're going to fight over the high and lowborn of the vampires. The next is the beast within, which is the battle board, which is the evil versus good. And then of course we're going to fight over Europe. You can see that over here. So I'm going to be wanting to try to recruit vampires as close to my own as I can. So if I come over to here, we can look at the different icons. So here is a good one. This is a fighter. It's got a green, a yellow, and a blue. Mine is a different color, but that's okay. So I would recruit this vampire into my bloodline, and then I would come over to the board, and I would push this up to the green, because we're fighting over that board. I'm going to push this +1, because again, it matches. And then we're going to come over to this board, and we're going to move the black down 1 into one of these spaces. And we're fighting over Europe here. This is going to go through the game, and eventually what will happen is Europe may look a little bit like this. You know, a couple here and a couple here, and then we're going to add up the score. You're going to get 1 point for each of the regions around the middle, and then 2 points for the middle. The clan with the most points is going to be the win. Then we're going to go add up on our bloodline. The bloodline, of course, is any vampire, and then we're going to score 2 points for each vampire in our bloodline that matches that particular color. This one is quite easy, depending on who wins. The green vampires are either going to have 1 or 2 points, and every green or red vampire in your bloodline is going to get 2 points. This one is just a straight up 6 points. So whoever wins here is going to win either if they match their colors. These are two-sided, as you can see, blue and red. So if blue pushes up, all your blue guys are going to get points. If you push up yellow, all your yellow points guys are going to get points. Now, this is an interesting one, because if you change colors, and if you have a bloodline that matches it, you're going to change colors and lose 1 space. And then you're going to push up again. And you'll continue, if you have another one, you'll flip them and go down again. So this can be quite variable through the game. At the end of the game, we're just going to run up through the 10 turns and score at the end. The winner is going to be the winner with the most points. Then that gets recorded if you're playing the campaign game into the Chronicle, and then you continue on to the next game. This is basically set up for the first game that is around roads. The game intrigued me on the original Kickstarter. Like most legacy games, they can be played afterwards once the campaign is finished. And it is my understanding that the publisher will be selling a recharge pack so that you can play the campaign again. While I did try to find another player or two to play, with COVID I finally gave in and played with my wife. Generally, we enjoyed the game. There were only 10 turns. Scheme, move pieces on the battle boards, and score it up at the end. The victor reaps the reward, and the loser schemes on in hopes of another chance at victory later on in another story. The game is fun, quick, and easy to learn, and with the expansions, you'll have fun continuing the game after the campaign. I highly recommend this game. The rules are easy to learn, a bit on the ambiguous side at times, and there are a lot of unique terms specific to the game, so having the rules handy to look at terms while you're playing is going to be important for the first few playthroughs. Setup is quick, maybe 10 minutes. After the game is over, there are some after-battle housekeeping that needs to be done, where you add attributes, retainers, and schemes, but afterwards it's quick to put away. As with setup, it takes about 10 minutes to put away, so you can play a single 2-player game in about 60 minutes. I also have the deluxe version, so the components are nice, the cards have a great finish on them. Overall, the game was only $50. I'm impressed with the manufacturer deliver. Quality of life, for me, is a big plus. One of the missing aspects that I do look for in most of my games is solo play. There is no solo play in this game at this time. However, I understand that the manufacturer will be looking to add this in perhaps later on. However, the game was meant to play with two or more players because there's a lot of back and forth between players. All in all, the value proposition of this game is good. With a legacy game, you will be changing cards with stickers, so don't look for a high resale value after you play, but hopefully you bought the game to play it, as it is not an investment game. Some pros: it's easy to learn, fun to play, easy to set up, and a quick playing time. Couple of cons: rules can be somewhat ambiguous at times, and there's no solo rules. Not many games like this are out there. Overall, this game has been fun to play, and I have been enjoying it. My wife loves the competitiveness of the game and loves to put a bite on one or more of my recruits. This is fun. I've enjoyed the game. We're going to continue on with the legacy, and hopefully you've enjoyed the video enough to go out and look for this game and see whether or not this is the game for you. So, from the north, this is Harry Jacobs. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.